This is part 3 of Black Panther vs. Deadpool. We open with a montage showing what happened to Jack-o'-lantern prior to the events in this comic. After being beaten within an inch of his life in the Secret Empire series, he undergoes reconstructive surgery and intensive therapy. He is released back into civilian life, but he is disoriented and refuses to adjust to society. As fate would have it, he is present to witness Deadpool, in his elephant costume, smuggle himself onto a transport headed to Wakanda. Jack is envious of Deadpool's devil-may-care approach to life and decides to follow him. Back in the present, we see Shuri and Deadpool in the lab in Wakanda. In order to save the zebra who had served as Deadpool's substitute arm, Shuri has had to construct a body for the animal. After she does this, she is ready to reattach Deadpool's real arm. The Queen Mother, Ramonda, continues the conversation she was having with her son before Deadpool returned. She tells him that she indeed believes that he is the greatest of the Black Panthers and demands to know why T'Challa asked her the question. He tells her about his work in the lab and that he's discovered a path to immortality. Ramonda recalls the story of King Louis XIV of France. He was a powerful ruler and beloved by his subjects. But his descendant, Louis XVI, was a famously terrible king and had his head chopped off by his subjects. Ramonda speculates that if Louis XIV had the power to rule forever, just like T'Challa, he would have been a great ruler for all time. However, if he had been king forever, maybe the French Revolution would never have happened. Europe may never have been introduced to the idea of democracy at all. Ramonda tells her son that, while people must be protected, they must also be given the right to choose. If a ruler doesn't change alongside their people, they end up being overthrown by those very people who once loved them. Just then Okoye rushes in to tell her king that someone jumped out of the plane that exploded over Wakanda. T'Challa gets ready to face the intruder, accompanied by Deadpool. We see Jack-o'-lantern approach the homestead of a family of rhinoceros farmers. When the farmer and her young son confront him, Jack tells them that he doesn't intend to kill them. He believes that if he kills a human, they will return from the dead just like he did. But he wishes to kill something all the same. As Black Panther and Deadpool rush to the scene, Deadpool asks if, in exchange for his help fighting the intruder, T'Challa will give him the piece of vibranium he wants. Once again, T'Challa refuses. This time, however, he reveals that he knows all about what happened to Willie Lumpkin and why Deadpool wants the vibranium. Deadpool asks why. If T'Challa knows this, he doesn't just give him the vibranium. T'Challa tells him that the chances of a man in his 70s, like Lumpkin, surviving vibranium therapy are 1,000,000 to 1. Lumpkin's death, he tells Deadpool, is one he must learn to live with. They see smoke coming from the farmstead and descend to the ground. Deadpool says he smells burning meat. They discover that the rhinos have been burned alive. Deadpool sees what he thinks is a scarecrow, but before T'Challa can warn him that it's actually Jack-o'-lantern, Deadpool is struck in the head by Jack's scythe. The injury to his brain throws him off, and he starts speaking gibberish. Jack attacks T'Challa, reveling in his villainy, but as he spits corrosive chemicals on the Black Panther, Deadpool manages to strike him from behind. Jack attacks Deadpool, revealing that he followed him into Wakanda. He tries to burn Deadpool, but T'Challa manages to stop him and throws him to the ground. T'Challa removes the scythe from Deadpool's head, allowing his brain to heal itself. T'Challa accuses Deadpool of leading Jack to Wakanda, and Deadpool is upset about the accusation. T'Challa tells him to subdue Jack, after which he wants to have a chat with Deadpool. However, instead of restraining the monster, Deadpool blows his head off in front of the little boy. This enrages T'Challa, who wanted to bring Jack to justice, not traumatize a child. He decides that his mother was wrong about the nature of power and kingship. As long as there is evil that cannot die, T'Challa says, he must be around to stop it. He chops off Deadpool's head, and that's how part 3 ends. This video is sponsored by Shenyun Creations. Every year, Shenyun showcases classical Chinese dance with hundreds of performances in theaters worldwide. Now, you can watch the performances online at creations.com. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description and use the code IND91 to get a special discount. Hurry! Offer ends soon. Subscribe to our channel to watch parts 1 and 2 of Black Panther vs. Deadpool. See you next time to find out how the incorrigible Wade Wilson gets out of this mess.